good food. Cilantro.
You guys were the ones that were asking questions about who was there on that day. I completely stand by what I said about the people that are wearing maroon shirts. They are going to, I will guarantee you, represent a military unit somewhere. I'm very close to figuring out exactly which military unit that was. Again, trying to gaslight us or pretend we're conspiracy theorists or like that's stupid. Not a good long-term strategy for Turning Point USA. Carry on.
The attacks and allegations from Candace are either lies or they are innuendos thrown around with a total, reckless disregard for the truth, so that Candace can manipulate and string along an audience of people who don't realize they are being played. Instead of being able to grieve properly after one of the most heinous murders in American history, a murder many of us had to witness, my friends have had to endure harassment from people who have gotten whipped up by what Candace is saying. In fact, I would say we have suffered more harassment from these people than we have from Antifa supporters who overtly celebrate Charlie's murder. And just like a lot of those Antifa members, many of these people take this delight in how gross and unpleasant they can be. What our friends have had to endure is not funny and it's not insignificant. It is evil. I have seen it.
Okay, conflating people that are trying to figure out who murdered Charlie Kirk with like Antifa is actually objectively funny. That's an unforced error. They should not have included that in the statement. Somebody in that room was like, should we say that? Should we not? And somebody said, no, we shouldn't say that. And then somebody else in the room said, no, we should, let's keep it in. That second person was wrong. That should have been struck from the statement. It's very silly, okay? It's very silly to attack your own audiences who are concerned, donors who are concerned and say, you're Antifa if you don't accept this absurd Fed slop. If you're not gonna drink the Fed slop, then you are Antifa. It's not a good idea whatsoever, okay? That is not what's happening here. You are not the victim. Charlie is, actually. He's dead. And to pretend like you are too aggrieved to be able to answer the questions makes entirely no sense. Obviously, you're actually under a real amount of stress. If you actually were deeply upset that people had you on a list of suspects or thought that you were suspicious, you would just clarify things instantly, immediately. It's so easy. It's free. If someone said, Candace, what were you doing when Charlie was shot? I'd be like, I was sitting down at my table prepping my show. Like the question doesn't offend me because I had nothing to do with Charlie dying. Okay? This is a psychological technique that is failing. It is failing for you. And you're upset because you thought that with time, the path failing at my table prepping my show. Okay? This is a psychological technique that is failing. It is failing for you. And you're upset because you thought that with time, with the passage of time, people would let the story go and they didn't. And answering any questions are beyond ridiculous. Let's take a listen.
For months, we have received hundreds, thousands, I suspect, emails and calls asking us to respond.
Yeah.
People have wanted us to invite Candace on the show. But for a long time, our approach was to say nothing. We did that for several reasons. First, we thought that her prevarications were so absurd that nobody would believe them. We shouldn't have to answer questions about secret tunnels or Egyptian Air Force planes. That sort of thing is just, it's beneath contempt to respond to. The second reason we've said so little, though, is because there's a good rule of thumb, which Charlie followed. Do not feed the trolls. Focus on the mission. Reviving America, uplifting young people, making heaven crowded. Don't give air to people who want to tear you down and sow discord.
So you've decided that you love screens so much.
Charlie always viewed Candace as a friend, and we were holding out hope that she would return that friendship and stop what she was doing.
Okay, so the first thing he says there is, we didn't respond because it's beneath us. Like, that's just not the right attitude. I mean, that is an elitist attitude. It is beneath us to respond to the very people who showed up in scores because they were so moved by Charlie's assassination that they all poured into the Staples Center, right? And poured their tears out and made videos and donated. It is beneath us to not to then respond to questions that you have that are meaningful, because we just think it's so stupid that you would suggest that the feds are involved in an assassination. That's never happened in American history. What? So that's a ridiculous thing. The second thing he says there is, Charlie always said, don't feed the trolls. Well, that flies into the face of what he says thereafter, where he says Candace and Charlie were friends. So I'm not a troll, okay? I'm not a troll. I'm not trolling. I'm not someone who's hated Turning Point and wanted Turning Point to fail. I'm actually the exact opposite of that. And that's why the people believe in me and they trust me, because they feel that I'm the only one that's acting right in this situation. Who wouldn't want to have every stone unturned if they cared about somebody? Who wouldn't want to have every question answered? Who wouldn't be immediately suspicious to see Egyptian military jets? Who wouldn't go, why the hell were these jets around Turning Point way before, years before Charlie's assassination? Who is on these jets? Instead, you're mentioning the Egyptian planes for the fourth time, so I would like to recommit everybody that's watching this to figuring out what the hell's going on with these Egyptian planes, because they're nervous about them, okay? They're mentioning so many times, they're just trying to give the vibe that this is so crazy. No, they are fearful. The Egyptian planes hold the key, and that is obvious even in Blake Neff's statement. But yeah, I am not a troll, okay? And people followed what felt to them as authenticity, and it was not you. They were not getting that from Charlie's closest friends. Why is that? They weren't getting that from Charlie's
Said to say it 3 times that she's not a troll.
most loved pastors. Why is that? Don't blame me for the bad energy that you exuded, okay? Don't blame me for the fact that you didn't pass the gut check with the public. That's why you're doing this, okay? That is why you are doing this, because your strategy failed. In fact, this is your old school Turning Point before they put on the faith pants. This is your old school Turning Point lesson in what the free markets are. The free markets saw what you were offering, right? And they saw what I was offering. You were offering, we should accept this and move on, and I was saying we need to investigate this, and the free markets said no to Turning Point USA. Anyways, let him take this way in terms of what he thought, I guess, was the best way to be a friend to Charlie Kirk. What did he think was the best way for them to show that they were friends with Charlie Kirk? Keep going, Blake.
But a week from now, it's going to be 3 months since Charlie's murder. Candace has not changed her behavior. She has continued to spread falsehoods about Charlie's friends, and she continues to concoct new ones about new people. She's using these falsehoods to enrich herself while dividing the conservative movement at an absolutely critical time for this country.
I have to applaud that audacity. I have to applaud it. You do. You have to applaud it. These, excuse me here, but like, I'm trying not to swear. These men, okay, this company, these amazing lads over here had the audacity to accuse me of enriching myself when they were out there selling t-shirts, okay, of what Charlie died in to enrich themselves. Were they giving those t-shirts away for free at the Staples Center? Or they were selling kit of what Charlie died in to the tune of 80 million.
The conservative movement at an absolutely critical time for this country.
I have to applaud that audacity. I have to applaud it. You do. You have to applaud it. These, excuse me here, but like, I'm trying not to swear. These men, okay, this company, these amazing lads over here had the audacity to accuse me of enriching myself when they were out there selling t-shirts, okay, of what Charlie died. for free at the Staples Centers. No, they were selling kit of what Charlie died in to the tune of $80 million plus that they made in the first 3 weeks, okay? They made their entire budget for the year in the first couple of weeks following Charlie's assassination. And they are attacking me with zero proof that I've made a single dollar off of Charlie's assassination. I did not sell a cup. I did not sell a mug, okay? All I did was do what I already do for a living, okay? I podcast and I investigate things.
Nobody has any idea what the fuck's going on.
Sometimes it's Kamala's genealogy, and she's saying she wants to be the president, and things aren't making sense, and I sense that she is lying. Sometimes it's Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds when they tried to destroy a man's life who's not even on my quote-unquote political team. Sometimes it's Brigitte and why we are colluding with nations to cover the obvious fact that Brigitte was born a male. And this time, it's personal, and it's you. Do you want to know what all of these investigations have in common? Liars who lie and think that the public is too stupid to see through their lies. That is how we got into this, okay? I did not sell anything. You did that. You guys did that. You guys continued to do that. You guys wanted to just move on and to grift off of Charlie's legacy. I dedicated myself to figuring out who murdered him. So, anyways, he does get to the point here, which is that they are willing to finally address things head on. So I will let Blake say that.
And
I never heard Candace once say anything about why did Charlie never go to a hospital? Why is there no evidence of him being dead? Like, there's no evidence. There's video of a stage show.
far too often, we here have heard from ordinary people.
Come shopping with me at Showcase. Showcase is the one-stop shop for all the viral trends that you see on
He's whisked off in a SUV.
Staying silent.
Ushered away. Scooted.
Neither is the case. Our silence has never been, and it will never be, equal to complacency or approval. Still, we decided Charlie would not allow this to go on. Charlie was not a coward. Charlie was a fighter. Charlie would not allow someone to spread lies about the people closest to him with impunity. And he would feel ashamed if other people were stepping up to defend his friends while he never did so
And
himself.
this guy here, he's reading a fucking ChatGPT right up.
Candace has mentioned several times that the ball is in our court. So here's what is going to happen. In the near future, there will be a live stream here in Phoenix where we address in a clear and comprehensive way the claims and accusations, the false accusations that have been made against Charlie's family, friends, and the people here.
And it did say that.
We plan to walk through everything carefully and thoroughly. If Candace is available, we would sincerely welcome her participation in that live stream at our studio here in Phoenix. At this point, we believe the ball is back in her court. Our motivation for doing this is not out of any obligation to Candace. It is about honoring Charlie. We feel a deep responsibility to protect his legacy, his work, and the truth. I feel that. I owe Charlie everything in my life.
Candace is fake, and so is this guy.
I feel it immensely. And that is why we feel compelled to speak clearly and openly now. We'll have more on this in the near future.
Yay! Finally! You didn't have to get through all that shade that you were throwing me to get to the point that you were willing to answer questions, okay? Because that's what Charlie did for a living. How could you guys think that you were just going to continue on and pretend like people asking meaningful questions was somehow an attack? That's what he did for a living. He stood up on college campuses and he debated people. And he sat there principally and debated people because he felt that he had the moral high ground, okay? And that if those people disagreed with him, he could bring them over to his side. You guys have been actually acting and embodying the opposite of Charlie Kirk's spirit, okay? And you did it even in this. It was like one big character assassination. And it wasn't to me. That's what you guys don't understand. You're not attacking me. You are attacking millions of people around the world who watched a man, an innocent man, be publicly executed, and then watched what felt very much like the state collude to feed us absolute horseshit about what took place on that day.
Candace, you think you're fooling everybody. You think they're trying to fool everybody. But you are in the same club as Macrons. You're all playing the same game.
Okay? 30-06 bullets do not get stopped by human necks because they eat healthy. They don't. And yes, you guys are a part of that apparatus of people who made us feel, and you've expressed it here, like you were too good to answer questions. We are already said, I got on stage and I told you that I'm Charlie's pastor. I told you I'm his best friend. I told you. You guys have even allowed people to inject themselves into his legacy that Charlie didn't even like. And we're supposed to believe you're doing this because you're his friend? Because you're committed to truth? You sat there and allowed the very people who pressured Charlie towards the end of his life to try to claim his whole legacy? And you're pretending we are the ones that are immoral? You're upset because you got caught lying. You're upset because you got caught with your pants down, but you cannot blame me for that, okay? These were your own errors. These were your own lies. And I was not going for a single second to let up on the pressure. In fact, I have been so strategic that I have been holding on to certain information, hoping that you would acquiesce to have a public conversation, because I want to look you in the eye and I want to challenge you to lie to me, because I care deeply about what happened to Charlie on that day. I don't think we're getting the truth. And I do believe that because you are not forthcoming about the information that you have, about Charlie texting you guys and saying that he thought he was going to be assassinated that very next day. Okay, the day that he died, Charlie knew that he thinks he was going to be killed tomorrow. You guys are sitting on that information. So I'm the right person, yeah? I'm the right person to sit across from you and to ask you questions, right? Some things that you told me on that day, they're not adding up. I think the entire world would like to see this discussion. I think you can do it in Charlie's honor. I'll sit there, you pick a place and time. We could have done this today, by the way. You didn't have to read all that, okay? We all have tech. We could have done a live stream. We could schedule a live stream. We can raise money for Turning Point USA if you promise to answer every question that I have, okay? And it's not hard. It's not difficult if you are telling the truth to answer questions. You are emoting so much and you're upset at the inquiry and you're playing this game like you're David Hogg and I survived Parkland, so how dare you question my authority on anything? Not a good long-term strategy. It's not going to be effective long-term. I think we're learning that lesson because 3 months on, with the entire mainstream media on your side and attacking me, but you guys didn't even stand up for me when you knew they were lying about me. You stayed mum. That in and of itself, you should be ashamed of. You should be ashamed to sit across from people who did everything they could to stop Charlie's rise, breaking bread with them and refusing to have a conversation with me, and you know that I cared about Charlie. Have you no shame? We're gonna find out. You can pick the place, you can pick the time. I say we do it tomorrow. We don't need to plan for this. We don't need lawyers in between us, lawyer statements. It's not how I roll, okay? I don't care about any of that. I want it to be authentic. Like I said, you can take the money. We can raise money live for this conversation. That is how badly the world is demanding it. So I accept it. With whistles and bells, everything, I fully accept. I say, let's do it tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. And my only ground rule is no assassinations. Okay? No assassinations, no funny business. You can't pretend you're gonna do it and then Candace died in a mysterious accident. Okay?
Why, Candace?
We'll be right back after. All right.
No way. This is a big soap opera. Big fiction.
You guys, this holiday season, you can express your love with a very special gift of premium steaks from Riverbend Ranch.
This is what it's all about.
Only available while the supplies last. And they are Term USA. They never use growth hormones or antibiotics. And the beef is processed right at their ranch in their award-winning USDA-inspected processing facility. So you avoid the costly middlemen because the beef is sent directly from their ranch to your home. And I love love supporting American ranchers. Right now, when you order from riverbendranch.com and you use promo code Candace, you will get $20 off your first order. So do that. Head to riverbendranch.com and use promo code Candace. Also want to tell you guys about the Wellness Company, because what if the sore throat and fever that hit you overnight did not mean that you have to cancel a family trip or miss work or waste hours at urgent care? Instead, you could just open your medical emergency kit from the Wellness Company, match your symptoms to the doctor-recommended guide, and start treatment immediately. This is not a first aid kit. It is a mini urgent care center right at your fingertips. Inside, you'll find core prescriptions to treat over 30 conditions like COVID, strep throat, pneumonia, and more. No more waiting rooms or pharmacy lines.
She's selling something that treats COVID.
It's super simple. At checkout, you can complete a short intake form with a licensed doctor review.
Treats COVID, guys.
Fill your scripts, and the kit will arrive to your home in a week. No one wants to be sick during the holidays, so be prepared. Save yourself time and money. The medical emergency kit puts urgent care in your hands. You can order your kit now by heading to twc.health/Candace.
This is why Candace is on here.
Checkout to save
I'm gonna do nothing for
off. Plus, you'll get free shipping. Again, that's twc.health/Candace, and use code Candace at checkout. Kits are available to U.S. residents only. All right, you guys, let's get into some stories. I'm laughing at the live chat right now. They really think Turning Point's going to kill me. They're like, don't go in person. It's a setup. It's a trap. I think that they would kind of figure that.
Keep this thing going.
I think we're okay there. But let's start with the Pentagon, because this is interesting. The United States Pentagon, you should know, is the complex that houses our Department of Defense. It's a massive complex, right? There is arguably no more relevant building to communicating to the American people about foreign threats. That's what they do. It's quite literally the nerve center of the United States Armed Forces. It's the headquarters for the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. And recently, because the American government wants the world to no longer take us seriously as a nation or something, they decided to undergo a quote-unquote press corps makeover, ostensibly to let in new, independent, more trusted journalists. And some of them are, okay, James O'Keefe, obviously, formerly of Project Veritas, he's very much trusted. Matt Gaetz, I like him very much. But some of the people that they let in are almost the exact opposite of trustworthy and are just radically pro-Zionist. Like, they will lie, steal, cheat, and figuratively murder, or I guess literally allow Israel to murder without asking any questions. And so that's why they're being let in. Most notably, obviously, Laura Loomer. She's totally nutty. And I don't say that in a way of like, it's an ad hominem attack. I mean, like, she has psychotic issues. Allowing Laura Loomer into a national defense complex is actually sort of just an indication of just how committed they are to laundering the reputations of anyone, as long as they say, I support Israel. Because Laura Loomer is quite literally so deranged that she once handcuffed herself to the Twitter headquarters because they banned her account, okay? That's like, and she wore a yellow Star of David. When I met her, she was crying tears because they took away her check mark. She deeply, deeply cares about social media in a way that is just unhinged, okay? Now, she is apparently not allowed to own a gun because of various psychotic events that required her hospitalization, but due to her commitment to Zionism, which in a Zionist defense seems like a psychopathology is a prerequisite, the media is now trying to mainstream her and make us think that she's like a serious person. So our government, the Pentagon, decided to credential her at this time. She's a part of the new press corps that we can trust. Laura has probably been one of the more prominent gaslighters when it comes to Charlie Kirk's assassination. She hated Charlie when he was alive and now wants everyone to honor him by not prodding the narrative surrounding his death. Literally a couple of weeks before he died, she called Charlie a charlatan, a political opportunist, that he wasn't pro-Trump, simply because he hosted Dave Smith, who is anti-Zionist, he is also Jewish, for a debate with Josh Hammer, who's a radical Zionist like herself, at one of his events. Charlie believed in free speech and he believed in debate, and so that was her reason for attacking him. Briefly showing you this tweet from her. Not even worth reading in its entirety, but this is the tweet that she sent out. And then Charlie died a couple of weeks later, and she completely switched and now thinks that she's guarding his legacy. Anyways, she was beside herself with glee this morning, sharing news that Then another Zionist influencer named Cam Higbee, who has also now been credentialed by the Pentagon, decided to ask the perhaps billion-dollar question to the Pentagon's press secretary, the young woman named Kingsley Wilson, about the foreign angle of Charlie's assassination. Now, I obviously reported that the French Foreign Legion were on the ground on the day of Kirk's assassination. So here is Cam Higbee, who I guess is playing dress up as a reporter, asking the Pentagon's press a question about the most viral story for about a week pertaining to France's participation in the biggest political assassination that has taken place since JFK, I would say. I think that's fair. Here's our new press corps, guys. Take a listen to, actually first, let's focus in on Cam Higbee's question. The way he asks it is, I think, worthy of highlighting. Take a listen.
Absolutely. I'm Kingsley Wilson. I'm the press secretary here at the Pentagon. We're in the Pentagon briefing room, and it's been fantastic. Get to come to the Pentagon every day, and now you all do as well.
Yeah. So this is my first question, and don't laugh. Does the DOW have any evidence at all of a French military plot to assassinate Candace Owens?
Okay, here's my first question. Don't laugh. It's like two girls getting their nails done. Okay, let me ask. We're like a sleepover. Okay. I have to tell you. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Is this supposed to make us think that this is not propaganda? Are we going, this is cool? Is this the new strategy? All the cool kids don't even ask the feds questions. All the cool kids just get in line and do whatever they say. All the cool kids just think it's beyond crazy to consider that the state would assassinate people, even though that's what we do. That's what the CIA does. We just murder people around the world. That's crazy talk. So they're gonna make it, it's like too cool to even answer. Take it away, Kingsley.
That is an interesting question. Not that I'm aware of. Interesting question. Can try to find out and maybe let you know. I think that might be a little more of a law enforcement matter, though.
But I think actually the Department of Defense, this would be a good matter for you guys to take up, of whether or not foreign governments are plotting assassinations of American citizens. Feels like this might be the right department to me, and I'm not laughing. So when I say to you guys, when I stress guys that you should not be signing up for war, you should not be signing up for the military, you should not get involved in this obvious war that they are planning that's coming soon. This exact moment between these two people is what I'm referring to. It's like a rare glimpse into the elitist perspective of our government. Like our job, I guess, work and to deposit me so that they can build themselves complexes like 0.5 million square foot residence office building. Okay, it is the second largest office building in the world, 6.5 million square feet, and they built it our money so that we could have some sort of an illusion of being our government. Like we could actually call them and say, hey, I have very specific information and accounts that you can trace because the president of France allegedly paid $1.5 million for my assassination. And by the way, I have evidence they had French Foreign Legion on the ground and that Charlie assassinated. They're not going to respond to that. Right? That's all supposed to be an illusion. When it comes down to it, they get that credible evidence after a televised event, essentially a televised event of a public execution. LOL. Back to work, slaves. We're trying not to laugh at you questioning whether it's a public execution. LOL. Get back to work, slaves. Trying not to. LOL. Get back to work, slaves. We're trying not to laugh at you. LOL. Event of a public execution. Slaves. We're trying not to. LOL. Get back to work, slaves. We're trying not to laugh at you. I don't know that the American government and it's ear clipped We just watched another person try to assassinate Trump on the golf field, and then we watched Charlie Kirk die publicly. But LOL, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. That's not what we're here for. Again, there's no left or right, just the elites, the media, elites, and the rest of us who are to own everything. They own everyone. And if somebody actually breaks free, right? If they have an individual in the matrix responds to the is written with such elitism, the hope that the state will step in and just break it, just bankrupt it. This is an actual quotation. The lawsuit, it reads, the lawsuit is set to test whether the controversy as currency that made Owens rich and gave her a media brand that reaches tens of millions of people can survive what experts say will be an immensely costly legal battle. Yeah, we're gonna bankrupt Candace Owens. That is our intent. The experts are saying that we can't control her. She would allow not to were being genocide in Israel, and we have no other options. We're running out here. We've got to kill her or we've got to bankrupt her, and we're saying we're signaling that we're bankrupt her. That's how this works. For telling the truth, by the way. That's why I'm being sued, and they're not lying. Thus far, in the Regime Macron lawsuit, we have over $250,000. We haven't even had our first day. Okay, that's the matrix. That is the matrix, and I will again assert to these people, I will never bow the knee to evil. I will never bow the knee to bend the knee, rather to people that harm children. But you will never see me bend the knee to that. Ever bankrupt me if that's what makes you feel good. Because at the end of the day, it feels like we are existing in a time where you are only catalyzing your own demise. Like it's people have never been more awake and more in tune. And the focus on Charlie Kirk's assassination proves that you couldn't make that go away. Speaking of which, Charlie Kirk, whose death is exposing this matrix in ways that I do not even think that we can fully comprehend in this moment just yet. We asked the question and we can't find the answer as to where
Scott will be like, Mom, you're not allowed.
Dates the Egyptian plane was flying around America, just like a 6-day gap in Brigitte schedule. And now, of course, especially as we have learned about Delaware and the DuPont French connection and the French Foreign Legion non-answer that we're getting, just gaslighting that we are getting, it feels like an even more relevant and rational question to be asking, and somehow made even more interesting now that we know, or that we've learned, and thanks to the internet sleuthers and the YouTubers that put this together, that an hour and a half before Charlie Kirk assassinated in Utah, Donald Trump and Emmanuel Macron had a phone call that has been recorded in Emmanuel Macron's public calendar. It's been released. You can see that he had the phone call with Donald Trump at this 6:45, obviously, p.m. in French. It's 10:45 a.m. in Utah. 10:45 a.m. Utah time, and they had this phone call. And why, and he gave an answer, and here's what the game had to say.
So you got this new mixtape dropping, and then there's this one track called The Assassination of Candace Owens.
Yeah.
Why that title?
Because recently I've been seeing like conspiracy theories and about Candace Owens from herself, self-admitted. She feels like people are conspiring her. So what it was is more so an assassination of the character. So I just used that because of like current news, but it's not song. It's not about Candace.
Oh, okay. So it's just a little deeper than okay.
Yeah, but rap. We use metaphors, you know.
Okay. Aren't you? I mean, are you worried about Candace coming for you about this? I mean.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not worried about Candace. But then again, you gotta hear the song.
Okay, so she'll understand if she hears the song, maybe.
I mean, the thing is, so all I did was
155,000 watching.
So again, the song is not about her, but Candace Owens, man, she's real smart, really intelligent woman. But if she comes for me, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. There's beef in these streets, okay? There's beef in these streets, and you better be scared, because maybe I am coming for you, okay? I could be coming for you. I might drop a whole album. I might drop a whole mixtape too, okay? Anyways, I think it is a form of flattery, obviously. I'm friends with Ye, and he makes music, and they do use a lot of metaphors, so I'm not offended by this. Do I love the timing? Could I get a break for 6 months, maybe, and not have that title be there? Sure, but I'm totally okay with this. I think it's kind of cool. I actually kind of think it's cool. I hope the song lyrics are cool. It's not a diss track. It's not gonna be like Eminem crying about me on a whole album, but the song. I hope you use also, feel free to use a little audio from the podcast. That would be cool. You can use a strip of me saying something. Everything is fake and gay would be super fly. Everything is fake and gay. Please put that in the song. That's my only request. All right, you guys, we'll get through a couple more sponsors, and I will answer some of your comments. Okay, what if you could delay your next 2 mortgage payments? That's right, imagine putting those 2 payments in your pocket and finally getting a little bit of breathing room ahead of the holidays. Well, that's now possible when you call American Financing. If you're feeling stretched by everyday expenses, groceries, gas, bills all piling up, then you are not alone, because most Americans are putting these expenses on credit cards, and credit card rates are insane. They're in the 20s or even the 30s. American Financing can help show you how to use your home's equity to pay off that debt with rates in the low 5s. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are helping homeowners just like you restructure their loans and save money every month, all without any upfront fees. Their customers are saving an average of $800 a month, and that's essentially like a $10,000 a year raise without having to change jobs. So call American Financing today at 800-795-1210.
The next thing on the list here.
Dance Warrior sent $2.
Thank you.
Check our email box. One of our many broke.
That was that. Anyway. What do we have here? Yeah. Let's change some things here. Yeah. There you go. And then I'll let this one play. Let me see. I'm going to share. Okay. Wait. That's it. Okay. Okay. The streaming stuff is very complicated. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so Bjorn here, the Viking guy from Norway, he's been having AI channel stealing his stuff. And well, I'm gonna play my music here, because I'm not stealing his stuff. I'm reviewing it for public knowledge, educational purposes. Hang on a second. I will do something to clear that up so we don't have a problem. Give me a second. Bear with me. Shit. Alright. Throw in the disclaimer. Yes. Alright. Where's that at? This is worthy to put out there because thought that YouTube could not get any worse. Well, they just keep getting worse. It feels like I still dreaming? I don't think so, actually. I think I'm awake. But he woke up to YouTube taking his stuff off to, YouTube. He lodged a complaint because the copyright, somebody stole his video and put it up to the channel name. His video. Look at that. He filed a copyright claim on somebody that copied his stuff. And they removed his video. And I have an issue as well. Let me see where it is. again. She's using my internet somehow. Everything's... I have a video I need to put here for a second.
Keep retail in. Next. Pompliano. Sailor. Keep shilling Bitcoin, you little punk asses. Okay. Let's rotate it out of gold into Bitcoin. How's that turning out? Let's measure it. Let's measure it. Who warned you of this little trap? 8.1% still down for all-time high. The rotation trade was out of Bitcoin into gold and silver, specifically silver. Yes, sir, that was your rotation trade. That was the great lie that they inverse turbulence. The echo chambers on X, the profiles that get ranked to all-time highs. We've been on YouTube since 2009. We yet make 100,000. Those accounts that come whizzing by, diary the trollsters, type people on them. We have strikes stopping people from taking poison jabs. We don't get so well rated. Others amongst them are huge influencers, and they told you about rotation trade. That right there is your rotation trade. A 30% loss, a 30% capital loss in less than a month, my friends. You started in October the 6th, you're barely December 6th, we're still in November, and you're sitting within 6 weeks of a 30% loss, and in fact the low, the drawdown, where many of the noobs would have sold, 36% down, 36% down. Meanwhile, gold, 3% from all-time high, silver making a new all-time high, gold-silver ratio heading down, heading down. Again, for further upside for both precious metals. Yes, sir, 3 bags full. Both precious metals up, especially the silver one. Let's on a bigger time frame. Let's do the charting. This is what was discussed. Here we go. There you have it. Base there, base there, base there. Broadening structure. Second impulse was a broadening structure on a man-peak the roof pole. That's right. Sploosh. That's it right there. And funnel over there. That's it. Very short, very tight, and away you go. It's a thriller. It's an absolute thriller. It's all the way from Manila. Yes, you got it. Silver up, breakout time, build your wealth. Are you going to be how long, my schlong? Does it need to be registered? Is it a dampen? No, you don't. Don't need to know how much metal. The goddamn business community where those kind of things are being asked, whether you should have a license for the scale of your pole or how much metal you have, then you're living in the wrong country, my friend. It's not a country based on liberty. You are a human being. You have a beating heart and a soul. And you are entitled to rock and roll in freedom, in liberty. Yes, that's how it works, friends. That's how it works. You're in the wrong country. The great duality, the difference between legality and morality. No, the moral, right, and deceive regime of the legality. They are going to write the rules of theft. They're going to tell you your precious rock. Watch for headlines of the future. Retail precious metals. Stability in markets. Undermining the democracy. The security and safety of the democracy. A right-wing revolt of racists it's you who are about to be victimized again. You who didn't take the poison shot are about to be victimized again. Attitude they are, they turn everybody weak and insufferable welfare, so lazy into it. And everybody who's dynamic, self-reliant, truly libertarian, in way of the instability of the system that they actually cause. They are always deflecting the perp. The real perp, themselves, the proliferation, the system, the polyonomics, onto you. You did this. You broke it and you should pay. In the same way, the green agenda will be determined to all say, I've been nagging you. The thing I've been nagging you about. This channel turned into a very very dominant precious metals bullshit since, I don't know, how long has it been now? Just to ensure that people recognize the importance of the events that are coming. I'm not going to put it on log scale. $30. You are already $25, $26 into this move. And don't worry, you might think you're late. You're not really for what's coming. You're not really for what's coming. You can get the rest of it right. Yes, look at that erectile projectile. Look at that. That is obviously an unlocked log chart, which is technically not the correct thing to do on such a big time frame. But if you think it's going to be doing a wick like this one, as it did in 2011, or like that one already, I've got news for you. There's real problems afoot. Eventually, all those rumors come true. This is truth discovery. It's not even price discovery. It's not value discovery. It is sudden truth discovery against a Ponzi scheme of absolute manipulation brought to you by a criminal cartel of tertiary extracting Pharisees that have run absolute pump and dump scheme at the cost of your living. The inflation cost of your living, the working against your wealth, they are debasing you, they're putting rocks on and this is how you defend yourself, and they will punish you for doing so. Watch and pray. The only way to survive that is in a nation which is not like the example of Italy that we covered yesterday. That's right. The puffy posturing. They are the criminals. You are humanity. It is a war of weaponized lizards against true humanity. You should fight. With a failing action over here, you can see it first went up, then you went down, then you went back up, then you went up there, all the way back down, then you went up, you got a monkey sound. That was the final death knell for them. They all had control. You have blown through your first income of 40.92. You had your third rejection that we warned you would come at the 50s range, and it came with 54.5. Fractal in there, my friend. You got your fractal in there on the 3-monthly chart. It's nothing deep. It's a dip and a rally back up and a pump to new heights, all encapsulated in the one beautiful quarterly candle. Low is around the mid-40s and is currently at 56.4, and you've got another is to go till the end of the years, plus. And I tell you, Mike's, that candle gets longer. This, a runaway train, a freight train, the snowball down the hill, it is gaining. You do not stop snowball halfway down the hill. The village gets hammered. The village of criminals, the village of genocide, the village of Pharisees and usury extractors, the fakers, the fraudulent, the insider thieves, their Ponzi-onomic sees truth come hitting home. That is where we are. Let you think you're doing well. Wait to how you feel when it hits $91, 90.58 is your second intro in HBF method, the true geometry of price. That cannot be fraudulent, and over long, big timescales always represents truth and has a high probability of occurring. The next meaningful rest on the time frame of review. Remember, this is a very big time frame. One candle is an entire quarter, just 4 candles is an entire year. Will be at the $91,000 mark. 91,000. I'm getting a little bit wishful there. $91, 91,000 cents. What comes as good news is going to be very dark, bad news, by the way, and we get to address that. The AI bubble, the AI bubble, the AI bubble, the repo contagion of recent October. The amounts the Fed has put into the markets haven't been beaten since 2020, the CV19 events. That's right. They are slipping amounts into the repo markets that haven't been beaten. Where's the final target? In case you don't think 330 is a big call, let's leave it on reg scale and crush this. That's right. That 1980 high is starting to look very, very small now. Even that $90 target is starting to look very small now. That's what we're calling. That's what we're calling. We're calling a move through here. We're calling a move through here. And then an absolute explosion move that will supersede that will see you there for a while. And we then see 4 digits. And we see by the way, mining nowadays has dropped. Production is down to 6.9 times silver ounces to gold. You're not finding enough of it, not enough pure plays, because it's not at the right price. What fixes that? Price fixes everything. That is your 1980 bull run over there. You are talking about a face melt prediction right here that also goes higher still. I would take 50% off here. Meaningful reduction will occur there by me, but it will not be my final point of trade. We are leverage long, we have tight stops, we have explosive breakouts. How's the breakout working so far? Like it so far. It's good and it gets better. That's what you learn. That's what you learn here with HVF and the market cycle. Abra Silver, by the way, precious metal streamers, royalty companies will be doing exceedingly well. Look at that today, almost at all-time highs. Silver is actually at all-time highs. I would be tempted to divide that by gold a little bit. Just remember your wealth is in gold ounces, friends. Forget the basis of count being that monkey on a greased pole, that monkey money on a greased pole. When you divide everything by gold, it makes a lot more sense. And you sometimes get HVFs that weren't apparent before. So sometimes you need to multiply by a little bit there just to get some semi-sensitive numbers. Wheaton is in a gold-based upside HVF. Now you see it. You see it now. You see it now. That's right. 2, 3, and the breakout was there. So you actually have, in gold ounces, you have a far bigger pattern than many realize for Wheaton. And actually, it's pulled back quite deep into the funnel and is only getting back to the funnel. You're not late. Everyone thinks, oh, it's late. Oh, I should be running to oil and buying a bottom miner. I mean, an oil exploration company. No. This has barely begun, friends. You could have bought this thing. You can still buy it now. At funnel level, they're going to be calling gold a bubble so many times. You're going to get so cool. They're going to be saying, this is a bubble. It's got to turn now. You're going to have Jim Craner saying, nah, it's gone too far. Time to sell. Craner. That name that worked with Dershowitz. That's right, the lawyer that worked with Epstein. That's right, the person who was accused of battery and rape of young girls on Epstein Island. Isn't that interesting? Oh, there we go. Anyway, we're digressing. Back.
That battery's charging up slow. It's already at 250, but it was below the cutoff line. On 2 cells. One was 0.7 and it went right up to 2.8 after, so maybe it's corroded connections. It looks pretty rusty on top there. And that battery's been commutes for a couple years. Outdoors and indoors and all around. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. So, this is the secret right here. If you want to heal your battery, to heal your battery properly, you gotta rub it like this. And you watch the voltage go up. song on here. I won't charge that one bank. So I'm gonna have to just call it a tear down. I have to rebuild it, take it apart, and then test all the cells and see if any of them will come back alone or what. It's gonna be one of them could be just holding them back, but I'm not gonna work on that anymore.
And some of you guys are going to argue that he's just
Just like King Cobra.
Gen or dinosaur social media age group, like and I've taken accountability. So why would I be blaming any parents that have done their part more?
off of airplane mode because I was so.
See online and she'll like call.
Factories in China have been slow to deliver for the following reasons. We have an ongoing situation where all just look for yourself. Factories are all burning up. It's a tragedy. There's no telling when our workers will be out again. We've informed me that we have 7 container ships that are sinking in South China Sea at the moment. We have 50,000 orders of penguinillos. But I assure you, everything will be in order soon enough. Guaranteed. This virus situation will be coming to an end. And everything will be fine. You can rest assured, our company
The Pichon County Police Department, Yi Bin City, Sichuan. The Pingshan County Police Department.
you